All right, hey gang, good morning. Nate Bear here, lead technical tactician for Monument Traders Alliance and trade of the day. And in this week's video, just a quick update on the indexes. Want to look at the trade we talked about last week. I believe it was in Netflix. And then just kind of see where we're at and look at a new trade setup for today. All right, so first off, let's take a look at the indexes. And I tell you what, this has been since the election, right? Election was right here. We've gone up, right? But boy, oh boy, oh boy, has this been just choppy, right? It has been super choppy lately. So if you've kind of had some back and forth, I'm right there with you. And what we've started shifting towards more of is day trading, finding intraday setups and shorter term setups, and less of an emphasis on swing trading, less of an emphasis on buying and holding. And, for me, swing trading is like 1 to 2 weeks. I'm not talking about 6 months out or anything like that. But looking at shorter term setups has been helpful, and I'll probably continue to do that. With that said, we're just bearish about what's happening. It's a beautiful weekly pattern that's developing here on the SPY, and the Qs are kind of the same way, right? This looks really, really good from a weekly perspective. It's just on the daily. My goodness, it has been chop city, right? I mean, some nice, but then the last couple of months, especially, we've gone nowhere since what? Right in through here, which was December, beginning of December. So now for 2 straight months, we've gone nowhere, right? Nowhere on the Qs. And we have chopped around in a pretty wide range. So I do think this is going to resolve to the upside. When that happens, we'll see. I don't know. But I do believe it'll resolve to the upside. But until it does, I'm going to continue to look at shorter term trading opportunities, focusing on earnings winners like Netflix, which is up into our target here. We talked about Netflix getting up into 1028. It achieved that goal. And for me now, I'm looking for maybe a pullback, maybe some consolidation, and then continuation in Netflix. We'll see. See what happens. But especially, as we are get into the second half of February, I'm not going to buy anything that's extended. I'm just not going to do it. So one of the names that I do like here is GE. All right, this is an earnings winner. It's not all-time highs. If you zoom out, you can go back to the weekly and you can see that we were higher than this, like back in here. This was like 2000 though. I don't really count this. I mean, for all intents and purposes, we're at new highs here for GE. And we've got an earnings winner. And if we look at this on the 130-minute chart, we can see we've got this pretty much perfect setup, right? Earnings winner, bull flag, and we've got a squeeze with a momentum shift. So the only thing I don't have on GE, and the only reason that I haven't bought this myself yet, is because I'd kind of like to get a pullback to like 201 in through here. So I'm 202, something like that. So I'm going to just create an alert on GE around 202, and if and when I get that, go over here to the option chain. So in GE, you could do this a number of different ways. You could kind of go out to next week and look at like the 205s. I'd kind of prefer to give myself a little bit more time. So I'd go all the way out to March 21st, and same thing. They're a little bit more expensive, right? But I would probably focus on these 200s, maybe the 210s, but probably the 200s out into March. So the 321 $200 calls on a pullback into this point of control right here, which is like 201. Sorry, that should be a 201 to 202. And then I would use for a stop a break below the pattern, so probably below about call it 196. So stop under 196, and then my target is going to be based on a Fibonacci extension. So we will see what the 1272 extension is, and it's right up here at about 212. So targeting about 212. So giving myself about $4 to $5 of risk for about $10 worth of reward. All right. So that's what I'm looking at for this week in GE. I'll get the chart marked up. I hope it helps, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.